Hey everyone, welcome back to MarineMax Coco for another video walkthrough. My name is Chris, excited for you to be joining us as we go through this brand new boat that we just had come in from Sea Ray. This is the all new 2022 320 Sundancer in the stern drive edition. So we wanted to start here with the exterior of the boat, let you get a good profile and idea of how this boat looks on the exterior. As you can see, very beautiful sloping lines, very characteristic of the Sundancer series. And this Florida style boat with that half windshield, just a very appealing boat to the eyes. You can see big full bow rail around the front, which we'll get to when we get on the inside of the boat. And this is done in the side hull color of Sea Ray Blues, so a very classic look here. We'll go ahead and jump inside and show you some of the features this boat includes. Starting here on the aft end of the boat, just wanted to point out the amount of space that we have in the stern drive version on the swim platform here. So a massive amount of room to be able to entertain back here if we're beached up at a marina somewhere. Great place to do some entertaining. Great place to maybe kick a chair out, read a book, or just have the kids kind of jumping in and out of the water. I do have a reboarding ladder there on our starboard side with a reboarding handle. And then some massive kind of recessed cleats there on opposing sides for your dock lines, but doesn't really stick out too far, which is a nice touch with it. Kind of integrated that into the gunnel a little bit there. Nice tow point here for doing some water sports, but just again, just an incredible place to be able to entertain. Continuing here on the aft end of the deck, you do see you have some receivers here that do work their way around the boat. These are small little Fender Pro receivers, so it's a quick release system, so you don't have to worry about always tying your fenders off and on. So a nice little touch there. That is an option that this customer did include on this boat. And as you see, there are snaps all the way around the main cockpit, and then there is a separate snap-in cover for the bow as well. So this boat does have a full cover that does allow water to bead off, so you don't have to worry about it pooling up in the boat anywhere. And then here on the aft end with this floor plan, this is where we do have our battery switch as well as our shore power connections. Freshwater hookup there as well, and this is on a gas strut, so you don't have to worry about holding it open, and a nice cam style latch to keep that in place. And then another advantage in this floor plan is on the aft end we do have a massive storage compartment here to be able to throw water sports toys, extra dock lines, fenders, a stern anchor. But again, just the attention to detail. I have two gas struts on this being a little bit heavier, but a completely finished out underneath side here of this hatch, so I don't have any raw exposed fiberglass to catch my fingers on or anything. So no matter who's opening it, you don't got to worry about little fingers getting fiberglass in them as well. So something to definitely point out when you are boat shopping is to look at some of those fit and finish details in the boats. As we work our way into the cockpit here, I do have a little courtesy light as well as a freshwater sprayer. So there is a freshwater system on board, so when we are coming off of the beach and we want to jump back in the boat, I can rinse my feet off right there. And then a nice close off door that latches nicely in place to keep little ones or pets inside. And as we start our way into the boat, you notice there are some snaps on the floor. This boat was optioned with the Infinity vinyl flooring, which does have a snap-in feature. So definitely to your advantage to be able to pull it all out and give the boat a good rinse off. If it's been out a couple days since you've rinsed it and you want to give it a good scrub, that is all removable. So nice touch there. And then as I work my way in here, you see I have the table option here in its upright position. This is great for those days we want to have an evening meal on the boat or just do some entertaining here in the main cockpit. This is on a high-low pedestal, so I can drop it down and have it flush with the cushions here to create an additional sun pad. So a great place to be able to just catch some rays here while still maintaining a little bit of shade here in the main cockpit. And then this is the summer kitchen here, kind of a wet bar setup here from Sea Ray, which is nice. I do have a freshwater sink with a removable top. And then this is also the Kenyan cooktop here. So if we wanted to do some grilling on the boat, catch a meal here on a beach bar somewhere, definitely an option to be able to do that. And a nice little kind of companion seat here behind the main helm. And then if you come through, I'll show you underneath our wet bar here, we do have a pull-out refrigerator, as well as a great place to store our trash for the day, so you don't have to bring a trash bag on board. And that tucks nice and neatly away. So easy maintenance, easy to take care of your belongings through the day. And then just want to touch, look at the amount of room we have around this table. This is a huge wraparound L-shaped seating. I have storage underneath all of my compartments. And even though these bases are removable, they lock in place real tight, so you wouldn't know there was storage under there because it's a very sturdy, high back race place to sit. And then complementing this L-shaped seat is this forward and backwards swiveling backrest. So just a little pressure up allows this to rock into its forward-facing position. So if we were underway, wanted to have a place to see the view up front, great place to be able to sit here on the port side of the boat. So big, massive hardtop, full beam width, so plenty of shade here. I do have speakers going all the way around, so definitely a loud boat. And then I also have courtesy lights mounted in the hardtop as well, so kind of sets the mood for those evening cruises if you wanted to kick on the courtesy lights. Cup holders there to the port side of the lounger as well. And wraparound bolsters throughout the boat, so there's always a pad to lean up against. So again, just the attention to detail and how they cross-stitch the upholstery here. And then you can see a nice double weave in this honeycomb design and what Sierra did with the upholstery. So this is the stone interior option. It's kind of a two-tone gray look, so goes very well with the snap-in flooring as well as the helm pad here. So as we work our way into the helm, this is a double-wide bench seat with individual flip-up bolsters. So a great place to have a companion with no shortage of room. I'm over 6 feet tall, as you can see. I've got plenty of room beside me. The seat hits me real high in the back, and I've got great visibility here over the windshield. I do have my digital throttle and shift controls here, as well as right behind my throttles is my joystick. So if you've never used a joystick, this is a great function for being able to dock the boat in tight quarters, or if we do have some moving water, it allows the motors to work independently to be able to slide the boat or shift into a tight spot if needed. Also, with my joystick controls, what it gives me is the skyhook function. So skyhook actually will lock you onto a GPS coordinate and keep the boat within a 10-foot radius of that spot that is locked onto. So if you're waiting on a bridge to open, or you need to keep the boat stationary for a period of time, the skyhook allows you to actually keep that boat locked in place. So one thing, we don't want to be jumping on and off the boat when we do have that active, because the motors and the propellers are still spinning. So just a safety thing to keep in mind when we do have the skyhooked active. But another feature with the JPO, the joystick piloting, is it does give me auto heading. So it gives me the ability to keep the boat in a fixed position if I do want to head towards a specific launch and ladge. So again, just a great feature for docking the boat, as well as some other features that it does include. Here at the helm again, we do have a flush mounted Fusion stereo, so you can see it lays real pretty up against this black acrylic. All LED backlit switches here on opposing sides of my steering wheel, which is on a tilt base. These are twin Simrad screens and a nice leather wrapped dash here to kind of keep the glare off of you. So dual cup holders, a great place to be able to sit comfortably. Like I said, it does have a little cutout here for the driver. So if you do have some longer legs like myself, it keeps your toes kind of a place to relax. Or if I wanted to stand and drive with this bolster up, I could lean up against here and I can actually kick my feet up with a nice traction control kind of helm pad there. So plenty of versatility here at the helm, a great place for all different shapes and sizes to be able to drive this boat comfortably. So before we head downstairs, we'll walk up into the bow and kind of show you how the Sundancer is kind of a two boat in one feel. So this is where we kind of see this entertaining space continue on into the bow. So as we work our way forward, I'll have you swap me here, just so you can see I have an additional storage compartment here that is actually mounted right into the side of the boat. So a nice place to hang additional lines if needed, and two latches to keep that nicely in place. Another courtesy light to kind of light my bow walkthrough. And as I mentioned before, this does have the infinity woven vinyl flooring. So we did snap in a section here just to give you an idea of what the color looks like. So it's a 1-2 step into the bow. I have a door that closes off and latches in place. And with the windshield closed off, I can completely seal this entire cockpit off if we do hit some bad weather, or if we get a little bit of cold weather and we want to just kind of cozy up the cockpit. That'll seal off nice and tight. And then a nice stainless steel grab latch to be able to keep that windshield nicely in place. Another courtesy light, and as you can see, it's a nice high gunnel line for little ones, or people to be able to walk up into the bow here, and I've got plenty of places to grab onto. And the advantage of having this bow rail is it works as a great place to grab onto as I do walk up into the bow. So before we make our way up, one more touch is, if you see, I do have this grate that is split right through the flooring. So what it does is, if we do happen to take a wave over the bow, or if we get some showers that come through, the water would typically drain into the main cockpit down into the bilge. And what this is a catch drain, so if water does come into the bow, it'll keep the cockpit nice and dry, and it's got a direct overboard discharge to keep all your belongings from getting wet on a wave that might come through. Working our way up into the bow, again, plenty of safety features, always a place to grab onto. This is where I see my day boat kind of take over in my bow seating arrangement. I've got a triple wide lounge as I make my way up to the front here. It is contoured, and I do have flip down armrests, so it's an ergonomic feel when I sit down. Definitely a great place to just cruise, see whatever you have in front of you on a nice day on the water. Cup holders to either side, as well as 2 additional speakers here up in the front. So these are split into zones, so I can section off the bow volume to be a certain length. If I didn't want to have all the volume up in the cockpit, I can split those into different sections, which is nice. And again, a nice bolstered side here with a small catch tray for additional storage, which is a great feature. And as you can see, snaps all the way around, so I can completely snap this off if it is going to be stored for a period of time. And then lastly, up here in the bow, I do have my access to my windlass control, and this is on a remote. So ability to be able to drop anchor, no problem. And again, on a gas assist strut, so I don't have to worry about holding it open with my hand. And then I have an additional storage compartment here up in the bow that gives me a little relief if I had some extra line that I wanted to keep up for my windlass anchor. All right, we'll go ahead and go downstairs and take a look at how we're fitted out down below. All right, welcome down into the cabin of the 320 Sundancer. Just want to note here at its lowest point how much headroom I do have. I am 6'3", and I've got an additional almost foot of clearance here. So plenty of space for you tall folks coming down into the cabin here. I do have some nice wooden steps with some traction controls, so if you do have some slippery feet, it's a nice feel to be able to just be secure as you're walking down below. And then I do have a grab handle here for entry in and out of the cabin. But as we work our way here, you can see storage below. I do have integrated microwave and additional refrigeration. And so it's tucked nicely and neatly out of the way, so it's not sticking out something that anybody could catch on. So nice how they redesigned that. And then as I look below here, I do have my mid berth, which is split into its twin bed setup. And then if you see, there is a pull tab here. And if I yank on that tab, this bed will actually slide over, and then these filler cushions will lay on either side of those opposing twin beds, giving me a full-length queen-size bed to have 2 couples sleep down here comfortably, which is a nice feature. So plenty of space. I do have courtesy lights, reading lights there that are mounted above. I have storage on opposing sides, and then I do have under this compartment here, well, let's see, but this is going to be an additional bilge pump here right in the floor of the cabin. So storage on opposing sides, as I mentioned, this boat is no shy of any kind of storage, whether it's above or below, so a place to tuck all your belongings. Power outlets here. This also does have a privacy shade, which is nice. And I'll trade you here and show you the main V berth, which is certainly the first thing as you walk in. Move this real quick. So a very spacious forward V berth. This is a table and filler cushion to give you the option to be able to raise this up and actually do some entertaining here down below. So if you do have a storm come through and we wanted to take everything down below, this is all climate controlled from a generator that is down below in our engine compartment. But as you can see, a nice convertible berth here to be able to catch a snooze if I wanted to. Plenty of natural light that does come through here as well as some additional shades if I did want to close this off and keep it a little bit darker in here. I have the ability to do that. Speakers and courtesy lights as well, so a nice fitted V berth here up in the front. Now working our way into the head, just wanted to note again just the attention to detail, this nice beautiful like off slate looking wood color. Very modern stainless handles and a nice grab handle here inside. So this is a wet head, so what this is designed to be able to do is also take a shower here in the bathroom if you'd like. So underneath, or I'm sorry, next to our bowl sink here, I do have a sprayer that comes up and attaches right here. And I do have a shower curtain that will zip all the way around and keep me enclosed so I don't get everything else wet that is in the bathroom. And then that is a vacuum flush toilet there below. And I do have storage under the vanity to be able to tuck everything away that I need to in the bathroom. Thank you again for joining us as we walk through the Sea Ray 320 Sundancer. As you can see, a very versatile boat to be able to have some weekend trips away with the family, or just have a day cruise on the water and be able to do both of those things in one boat is a great thing to be able to offer people. So come by and check this boat out if you'd like to see one in person. Again, my name is Chris here at MarineMax in Cocoa. Thanks for stopping by.